It is painfully true that it never could be me and you. What we have is not allowed round here. The ring on your finger made us the outlaws of blood. When I see you walk out the door, I know it's the last time. I know it's the last time you walk through my door. Our deception is over. We could not help fooling ourselves. Our deception is over. We could not help fooling ourselves. Our deception is over. We could not help fooling ourselves. Our deception is over. We could not help fooling ourselves. Our deception is over. We could not help fooling ourselves. Our deception is over. We could not help fooling ourselves. We have walked through the shadows, trying to keep out of sight. We made up our sanctuary, a castle built out of lies.
Hello guys, how yous all doing? I'm back with another weird weekly roundup. Got to say it's been a weird week. Not really much evidence to help the flat earth in any way, I've got to say. But God, the UK, the British, they're crazy. Every time it goes a bit quiet on flat earth, the Brits seem to pull something out the bag that shocks everybody. One of my earlier videos was about Tim Osmond's sniping and why I don't agree with it. I can see why he thinks he's got his motivations and why he does it, and I can see why he does it as well. But like I said before, it just gives justification for these flat earthers to start doing it. And when flat earthers start to dox people and start to snipe people, they do it on another level. Tim's now getting falsely accused of putting kiddie porn on a Bro Sanchez broadcast. And it's like the boy who cried wolf. It's like he's done it so many times now that people automatically think it's just Tim Osman, but this sniping's been going on a long time. And I tried to tell people that before as well. It was happening on Andrea Chenchi's channel. Tim Osman isn't the only person that ever sniped. So I knew this was going to happen, and I knew Tim Osman was going to get framed for it. What I didn't know is the response that people like Chris Truthseeker, Rory McFizz, Infinite Plane Society, all these jokers, Antonio, Vincent P, they're all losers. They're all losers of the flat earth, and they're trying to bully people into a cult mentality, into a mob mentality. They're trying to dox people. They've already tried to dox P. Mars, putting his address out, his real name. And even if that is his real name and his real address, what are you going to do about it, Flat Earth? What are you going to turn up at his door and shout in his face, Flat Earth? What are you going to do about it? Send him a Christmas card, a Flat Earth Christmas card? What are you going to do? So what if you've got his address? Big deal. What are you going to do about it? And this Chris Truthseeker, he's been doing this for a while now. He's been coming in I think I blocked him from my channel because he was coming into my comments and posting my full name. He was trying to kind of dox me on my own channel. Then he was adding a little disclaimer with this. This is not to dox, this is not... I was saying, Chris, stop doing that because that's my personal information. And I'll be noting this because it's cyberbullying. It's cyberbullying when you go around doing that. And even if he did know my address, and he did know my full name, Chris Truthseeker, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to turn up at my door? Because you just get a bat in the teeth. Simple as that. I see a flat earther at my door, I see that as a sign of aggression. Because there's no other reason why they should be standing there. So you just get a bat in the teeth. Simple. Anybody who thinks they can just get people's addresses and show up at their doors, you've got another thing coming. And by the way, after you get the bat in the teeth, you be getting taken to the police station as well. And I'm sure the police would agree with me. I had some kind of crazy nutcase standing at my door. But these people, Tim Osman, gives them a bit of rope and they just hang themselves. The pathetic people. But I'm going to go through a few examples of these pathetic idiots. But I'm going to have a look at the copyright as well, because this is another way they're trying to avoid being criticised. My channel's non-profit, so I criticise, I try to use it as education, I try to educate other YouTubers about the lies that's kicking around. So it's criticism, education, critique. It's simple as that, and it's all under fair use. And I'll be still doing it, and I just want to tell my fellow Globers, don't be afraid to show their stuff if you're critiquing it, as long as you're not defaming them. But if they're obviously lying, which they are, and you're critiquing it, they can't do anything about it. They're trying to suppress your freedom of speech to critique their stuff, and that goes. This actually goes towards you being exposed. I had a broadcast the other night there, and I was just going through all the different live hangouts that were happening, and I was listening to you being exposed, whoever this guy is that's just popped into the scene, and his channel's all paid for. He's obviously making money, so he can't show my stuff and claim fair use because he's a profit based channel. My channel's not profit based. I've not got any money behind my channel, so I can use fair use quite confidently. So this guy, you been exposed, closed on his whole hangout. He kicked everybody out of his hangout to start ad hominem and attacking me. I was criticising the information that was coming out of his channel, and he decides to ad hom attack me. By my beard, what I was wearing, by my teeth, everything. He was just attacking the way I looked, and that's what ad hominem is. And I was critiquing the information that was coming out of his channel, which is obviously false, for starters. A lot of it's deliberate lies. It's just pushing lies because we've been through all this before. We've debunked a lot of this crap already. So I was well in my right to criticise this rubbish that's coming out of you being exposed. And he told all his viewers to flag my channel. He told people to get my channel taken down because I was criticising him. And this is what they're trying to do. They're creating this mob, especially over at that end, this new end. They're creating this mob mentality. So I'm going to go through a few people. I'm going to go through the Fair Use Act as well. So every video I go through, I'm using it under the Fair Use Act. So try and copyright me. Try and flag me. Because I've already had this with Miss Steer. I'll call her Mrs. Steer or Miss Steer. Although the opposite has been claimed earlier this week, that she's a Mr. Steer, but I'll go through that as well, because that's just ridiculous as well. That's just more drama, more shock factor to throw in. Antonio's the shock master. I'll go through some of this garbage as well, and Chris Truthseeker, the mentally unstable lunatic. He's like something out in an insane asylum. This flat earth is driving this guy to the point of no return. Mentally. He's already said it himself. He's got nothing to lose. He's not got any kids. He's not got this. He's not got any of that. This guy is making flat earth his mission. And he's not got any videos to show any evidence of a flat earth. All he's got is videos pushing chemicals to put into your body, like MMS, miracle bleach water, whatever the fuck it is, disgusting stuff, and he's telling people to drink it, and these people think they're untouchable to criticism. Of course you're going to be criticised. You're telling people to put poison into their body, and you're just lying about stuff. You're lying about a fundamental fact that the Earth's spherical. You're just liars, all of you. So I'm going to have a look at the fair use. So even if the flat earth people can get this through their skull, they can go away and learn it, because I had to learn fair use in college. I had to know what I could use and what I couldn't use, and it goes back with literature, books. I think with books, after 100 years, I think it's public domain. I think you can just use it after 100 years. There's certain things that are 70 years, songs. But if you study fair use, we're well within our rights to criticise these people. And if it's using their live broadcasts, which they should read the small print, that they're public, they try and make it we're infringing on their rights. They're publicly broadcasting themselves. So how is this infringing on their rights or poking our nose in? They're publicly broadcasting, and this you being exposed. The video that he's seen me watching his video, well, he was watching ISS live. He was broadcasting somebody else's stuff, and he's a prophet. He wants money, this you being exposed guy. So they're just hypocrites and idiots, really, at the end of the day. Anyway, guys, I'm using OBS, so it doesn't tell me how many people are watching, but I'll check in, I'll have a look. I'll see who's in the house. I hope you're having a nice relaxing Sunday. It'll be early for some of yous, probably afternoon. It's tea time here for us in the UK. Right, who's here? Who's here? There's 30 here. How yous all doing? We've got Glenn from Flat Earth as a Cult. We've got Cheech, Pathetic John, he's saying. Princess Skeptic is here. Rebel is here. Aaron Houghton, Princess Skeptic, Jovan Trendmaker, Level Chemo. Is this different from Spurs Chemo? Level Chemo. Is this another? Who else have we got? We've got John Watson, we've got Captain Bullshit, we've got Harvey Chuckles. I thought I blocked Watson. Maybe I'll do that soon. Harvey Chuckles, Shruminati, Interdimensional Draco Goldfish, YouTube. Jed, I will be overtaking you on subs soon. I don't even run live shows. That's because you're a flat earther, YouTube. Try going against flat earth and getting subs. It's difficult, mate. It's difficult. Hey, we've got Jeremy in the house as well. Nice one. Right, okay guys, I'm going to go through the fair use. Because these morons And maybe a lot of us, I'm not saying that everyone should know this, but people on the globe side should know this, so they can criticise. Especially if they're a non-profit. Most people who criticise the flat earth, most people on the globe earth side, aren't making money out of this. We're trying to give out information. Information that's free, obviously, because it's out there for you to look for. It's here. Anyway, for all those numpty flat earthers that think that being criticised is a copyright infringement, Fair Use Act disclaimer. This site is for educational purposes only. Fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism. So, guys, you can stream another person's broadcast if you're using it for criticism, as long as you're not degrading their character, as long as you're just critiquing them. Comment. And comment's important because if we get blocked from their chats and blocked from their channels and we can't make a comment on their channels, well, do you know what? We can make our own videos and make our own comments about what they're putting out. News reporting. Well, guys, it's this flat earth thing is when you're live streaming these people lying, obviously lying or just being downright silly and not looking at the evidence. We're doing a service to YouTube. We're reporting it. We're actually doing a form of news reporting. Teaching. There we go. Teaching. We're teaching YouTube about these charlatans, these imbeciles, these morons like Antonio, like Chris Truthseeker, like Vincent, like Dan Winfield. Dan Winfield, you're pathetic. I've been on a hangout with you before, and you've got hardly anything. You love to be on the hangouts, but you've got nothing good to say, Dan. And you'll try to take all the credit for this fake doxing of Tim Osmond, and you just made yourself look like an idiot, a complete idiot, Dan. And you're like, what was it you said? I would fight anyone in an MMA fight, but do you know what I would want to see? Yvette fighting Candy. You're pathetic, all these. You would fight anyone in an MMA fight, but you'd watch two women fight each other. You're just pathetic. And you'll try to be the big man getting all the slaps on the back for actually fake doxing an innocent person. This real guy, Jason, whoever his name is, he's now become a target for Flat Earth. And he's totally innocent. He's probably wondering what the hell's going on. He's out the blue. It's like, but this is the logic that Flat Earth use. They just jump to conclusions. They just assume. They think they know it all. It's like looking for a John in Edinburgh. God, what kind of logic is this? Is this the Terminator logic? Like Sarah O'Connor, just kill every Sarah O'Connor in the phone book until you get the right one. Is this how you troll hunt? Just kill every John Smith in the phone book until you get the right one. Just dox every John Smith on YouTube until you get the right one. What kind of logic is this? You could do a bit better research and try and get your facts straight at Flat Earth. That goes with your so-called ideology and your methods of trying to expose the so-called liars, when you guys are the liars. Complete and utter liars. All of yous, Flat Earth. And if you're not liars, you're just being willfully ignorant. Or you're just a charlatan. That's what I think. Guys like Vegan Warrior, Nathan Oakley, these people are and even Infinite Plane Society. Infinite Plane Society jumped on the bandwagon, trying to dox Tim Osmond. He just made an idiot of himself. He had to delete the video. And then he came out with a video that was practically grovelling, saying, please, we're all friends, 20% friends and 8% enemies. He was grovelling. He was on the back foot, big style. He probably didn't realise how culty Flat Earth is. Because Infinite Plane Society guy is quite new in it. He probably doesn't know that we've seen cultish stuff about Flat Earth for ages now. I made videos over a year ago about how culty it is. and the mob mentality, the group think. They're all just like sheep, herded together. And as soon as one kicks off, the rest of them kick off. You seen when Chris Truthseeker took his little spazzy attack, it was all an act. I've came across guys like Chris Truthseeker all my life. These are the guys in real life you backhand in the face. You actually didn't punch these people because you might really, really hurt them and injure them. So you slap people like Chris. I've came across people like Chris plenty times in my life. And he sits there acting like he's some kind of mafia, Greek mafia member. This is not anger, this is passion. Why are we hearing this all the time for these people? But if we get angry, we're bullying. We're getting angry because we don't know the truth. But when they get angry, it's passion. It's because he's Greek. Let's just throw in my nationality as well. Because I'm Scottish, I'm ginger, I'm fiery. God's sake, grow up. Anyway, like I said, back to teaching. We're teaching. Guys like Tim Osmond, guys like P. Mars, guys like Gem Panda are teaching people. Teaching the obvious, really, because they've already been taught it. Maybe just reminding them instead of teaching them. But we're also teaching the logic to use to go about this stuff. And we'll talk about logic later. And I'll bring up a prime example, a dogmatism, which includes a validation boy. But he's just an idiot as well. Anyway, scholarship. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say scholarship falls in it, but there we go. Education and research. So guys, I would say that I probably fall under all of these. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favour of fair use. Fair use definitions. Fair use is a doctrine in the United States copyright law that allows limited use of copyrighted material without requiring permission from the rights holders, such as for commentary, criticism, news reporting, research, teaching, or scholarship. It provides for the legal, non-licensed citation or incorporation of copyrighted material in another author's work under a 4-factor balancing test. The term fair use originated in the United States. A similar principle, fair dealing, exists in some other common law jurisdictions. Civil law jurisdictions have other limitations and exceptions to copyright. U.S. Copyright Office Fair Use Definition. One of the rights accorded to the owner of copyright is the right to reproduce or to authorise others to reproduce the other work in copies or phonorecords. This right is subject to certain limitations found in sections 107 through 118 of the Copyright Law, Title 17 US Code. One of the more important limitations is the doctrine of fair use. The doctrine of fair use has developed through a substantial number of court decisions over the years and has been codified in section 107 of the Copyright Law. Section 107 contains a list of the various purposes for which the reproduction of a particular work may be considered fair, such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship and research. Section 107 also sets out in 4 factors to be considered in determining whether or not a particular use is fair. 1. The purpose and character of the use, including whether such use is of commercial nature or is for non-profit educational purposes. 2. The nature of the copyrighted work. 3. The amount of substantially of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole. 4. The effect of the use upon the potential market for or value of the origin for the copyrighted work. Like I said, guys, just read through it because I've read all this before. And we are well within our rights to criticise these people, as long as we fall under as long as our video falls under certain categories such as criticism. And I had to fight Patricia Steer over this stuff about my piss drinking video. My piss drinking video had various clips. I had a guy that was doing a pretend NASA piss drink test. I had a pretend homeless guy getting peed on, which was just a joke. It wasn't a real guy getting peed on. It was just a joke. But I had various different videos in my video, and the only people to copyright strike me was Patricia Steer. And you find with YouTube, when you get this copyright strike, if you want to fight it, you need to give over your full address, your name, address, in case it goes to a court. And I done it because I knew I was well within my rights. And do you know what? I got my video back, and it still exists today. A testament to my win over the Potato Crew and their way they were trying to stop freedom of speech from my end, stop criticising. And this is what they're trying to do again. This "you being exposed" guy is trying to do it again. So I'm going to have to remind these people what the Fair Use Act is. Right, so moving on. Who have we got? Ian Clark. Nice to see you, Ian Clark. Always look forward to your comments. There's Dan Winfield. Aha, Dan. Dan, you've made a mockery of yourself. So, we have this guy here, and he's done nothing really for Fly Earth. This guy, he's been in it for a while. He's been creeping about in the chats, trying to bully his way in chats. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got many other channels. He pushes MMS, which is it's poison. It's just poison. And this guy here has he practically has a fit. He has a fit. Please do something or lose me. Watch, I suggest watching it 3 times. Watch, I suggest watching it 3 times. More info below. Scroll down. I do not advocate proper and lawful. He's got this stupid disclaimer that he just made up. And he was trying to do this with me. He was posting in my comments my full name. And then he was trying to add this crappy disclaimer. I do not dox people. I do not do this. I do not do that. And he's just a mentally unstable fruitcake.
No, I'm not emotional. Look.
I'm not emotional. I'm not emotional, but I feel the need to stuff my face into the camera. This guy's usually subdued, quiet, pacifist kind of type character. But something's triggered him off. And guess what is? The fact that Tim Osman sniped Globebusters. Big deal. Big deal. They just started a new one. And like I said, I didn't necessarily agree, but now, because Tim has done it so many times, like, everyone thinks it's him. And now they're doing false flag sniping, where somebody went into Bro Sanchez's hangout and put porn on it. And who gets the blame? Tim Osman. It's like the boy who cried wolf. And it's kind of Tim's own fault in a way, but it doesn't give these idiots the right to start forming a mob and then accuse somebody that's totally innocent. They could probably have kids and a family. They're going to have these weirdos targeting them. For what? This guy is off his rocker. He's off his rocker.
Relate to. I live on my own here.
Aye, we can tell you live on your own. Because all you've got is Facebook and Flat Earth. So this idiot makes us cry for help. Help! Or I'm leaving. Oh, help! Big baby. He just looks like a big baby. Go and change your nappy, Chris. Anyway, this guy screams for help from Fly Earth. And even if I was a Fly Earth, I'd be like, so what do you exactly do apart from sit in chats and talk about how great your spanner is in the chat? This is why this guy got upset, because he got a spanner taken off him. He just freaked out. He's a total fruitcake. This guy's a lunatic, guys. And even if you were a flat earther, even if you were it doesn't matter what kind of truth movement you're in, if you were in 9/11 Truth or Sandy Hook or whatever, and these people were on YouTube, on your side, shouting for your cause, but then when the pressure's on and they're starting to feel a bit pressure, this is how they react, and this is the tactics they use, the bullying tactics. And I've been through all these tactics. They've tried these things before with me. And like I said, what they're going to do, even if they do know my address, what are they going to do? Turn up at my door? I mean, and like I said, if any of these morons turned up at my door, I would see it as a sign of aggression, and I would have to be forced to defend myself and my family. So these people should be. Tim's doing the right thing by taking record of these people, taking the record of the chats. You're doing a great job because fair enough, maybe what you were doing, Tim, wasn't ethically correct. But if it pulls out roaches like this just to show how they react, because I do that too. Sometimes I do things people don't agree with just to see their reaction, and sometimes the reaction's worth more than the initial antagonizing. Like, I antagonise people to get reaction, but sometimes the reaction's worth more than what you done to the antagonise them. Like Pete Shea on Barbie's chat. I went on, and a lot. If Pete Shea just shut up and Arwen just shut up and said, "Okay, Jed, I agree with you," or whatever. If they just kinda were civil, do you know what? I would have looked like an utter idiot. But do you know what? I knew that wasn't going to happen. I knew I would have got a reaction from them, and they managed to make themselves look idiotic, because this is what they do. They make themselves look silly. So this idiot cries for help, or he's leaving. He cries out to the cult. And who have we got? Characters like this. These pathetic characters that were meeting up last summer, and now they're just the dregs. They're hanging on the edge now, because there's so many flat earthers with content now. There's so many hangouts happening that these people are getting pushed to the back of the queue, and so that they feel like they're relevant and cool to say, "Oh, help Chris out, oh, in my pathetic voice."
Not even 100%, it's flat, you know.
Oh, just mix it in with your flat earth garbage as well. But like I said, moron calls on more morons, and obviously they'll respond. There's one. I mirrored the video, Chris Truthseeker's. I mirrored Chris Truthseeker's video, and I'm hunting globe trolls. Action is being taken. You're welcome, Snipe Troll Tim. I documented it because I wanted it. You caption obvious dipshit. Sounds like you're getting scared. We're closing it in on you. Good luck. Love Heart by Rory. Doing a good job for bro. Keep it up. Antonio. Sometimes what at first appears to be a mistake turns out to be the best thing that could have happened. Kudos to Chris. Hee hee. Shut up, Antonio. But this is the cult. This is all the same names, guys. This is how we know this flat earth. Like, you can't really know until you've been in a movement for a certain amount of time to know how big a movement is. You can't just join and just assume how many people, but after you see the same names over and over, even these ones, these obscure ones, Ovo, Ryan Alway, they're just well done. Then you look a bit like Tommy Lee Jones. Just a comment, just nothing about the content or nothing. Right there with you, Rory. CTS has always been respectful and nice to me, and everyone in every chat I have seen him in. We'll need to band together and against all the bullshit and smash it before it divides the community. You idiots are dividing the community yourself. You're just complete morons. Chris is an awesome... Oh, Jesus. Thanks for doing this, Rory. I hope Chris is aware that he has an army out there behind him. I am confident in saying that we all feel the same way. I hope he sees this. We all love, appreciate, miss the hell out of you, Chris. Hope you're good. This is Mrs. Nobody that knows nothing. Mrs. Nobody that knows nothing. We are false teeth. Anyway. So, after that dramatic reaction from the cult members, the minions, I'm leaving, my Greek passion. Shut up. We have this guy. Help! We're under attack! Help! We're under attack! And I wouldn't be surprised if this guy false flagged himself, got someone to snipe him, or someone else has just sniped him. I don't think Tim Osmond sniped this guy, especially if it was kiddie porn. That's not Osmond's style. I hope not anyway. But I wouldn't even put it past these people that they would put somebody in to snipe them just so they can justify doxing people. So they false flag snipe themselves so they can justify to their cult followers why they're pulling out addresses, why they're threatening people, why they're using aggressive rhetoric towards people, especially people that go against what they believe in. But this guy's a fool. He doesn't know anything. Everything that comes out his channel is lies. Everything. Just another new face, another new liar, another new charlatan. Probably got adverts, all the rest of it. Do you get what I mean? How's this person got even 35,000 people on his channel? I can hack him if you want me to, bro Sanchez. Try to tell you to kick the troll off. Whenever you recognise a troll, stop arguing and kick him off. Oh God. So pathetic. Anyway, we've got 3 pathetic fools coming out at once. Boom, boom. Rory as well. I'm passionate. I'm concerned. Hey man, I'm from the street. Help me. I need to do a live stream on our channel because I've been shut down. Aye, right, pal. And who was it? Who's the genius? Who's the mastermind behind all of this? Well, it's this channel, Mr. Dan Winfield. He's been on a few hangouts with me before. Doesn't really add much to the conversation. Doesn't really have much to his repertoire. And when it comes to his topics or subjects, he's just a sheep. These are typical sheep that you herd. And this is a guy, and he was boasting. He was like, let's organise a fight with Yvette and what's her name, Candy. I'll fight anybody in an MMA, but let's watch women punch the 10 bells at each other. What an idiot. This is the kind of people we're talking about. So this is a mastermind that typed in Jason something, Denver, and got a guy. And like I said, what kind of logic is this? The Terminator. Just look in a phone book. How many Jasons are going to be in America? How many Jasons are going to be in Denver? You idiot. But like I said, this is a logic flat earthers use. It's a typical, they jump to conclusions. They just assume, they think they know better when they don't. So people like Dan should just lay low because he's getting himself in trouble now. And who did we have jumping? This guy. This guy tried to really make the best out of it. And this guy made a total fool of himself, this Infinite Plane Society. As soon as the docs came out on Tim Osmond, this guy was trying to show it. And he was showing this guy's face, this guy's house, an innocent person's house. He was showing an innocent's house. Who knows what mail or what hassle this guy's maybe already had from this cult. And this guy was pushing it big time. He kind of went back on it and oh, there's no enemies on a flat earth. Please, no enemies. Please, I just don't want to do my art show and spread propaganda. False propaganda. This is just a propaganda guy. This guy doesn't believe in flat earth. If you actually listen to the tone of his voice, he's kind of sniggering under his breath at flat earthers. He's seen the opportunity he can make it with stupid people. He just sees flat earthers as stupid people he can take money from. And he's kind of just trolling flat earth. It's hilarious. And it's hilarious like no one can see this. So this guy doxed an innocent man because of these morons who got false flag sniped and just jump into conclusions because they're idiots. And like I said, I don't particularly agree with Timmy's sniping, and I kind of knew that flat earthers would take advantage of this. And I knew in the back of my mind, because I knew that Tim Osmond's not the only person who knows how to snipe. So I thought, if he keeps doing this, they're just going to do it to us, or even worse, do it with porn and pretend it was one of us. Like, do it to themselves. Like a false flag. They're doing false flags to themselves, guys. So Infinite Plane Society should lay his head low, because he's just he's creating hate, and he could be creating harm to another person, an innocent person, and he should be ashamed about the way he's acting. Right, so we've got past all this sniping, this false flag sniping and doxing. We're now on to Antonio Subarats, rats, because that's what he is. He's just a rat, and this is his proof, by the way, that Patricia Steer is a man. The guy, just like he thinks he can fool you by drawing a map, he thinks he can fool you by drawing hips. Do you know what? Could you not just give us the best explanation, that maybe the best evidence that if she's a man or not? Like, look between her legs? Did he not have any intimate relationships with Miss Steer to know what she had dangling between her legs? Was he trying to look between the butt crack to see if she had it tucked between the legs? Like, why give us all this garbage about hips? Is that the best evidence he's got? And like I said, Antonio's just one of the biggest drama queens. He's a shock merchant. He's a shock merchant. Everything he comes out with, he tries to shock people, which he thinks keeps people interested, and which it probably does. People are probably watching this thinking, wow, something juicy, when really it's just pathetic. Total pathetic people. And this is what they'll do to each other. We all know that Patricia Steer, she doesn't seem the most genuine person. I don't think she believes in flat earth, but I don't think she deserves all this. This is just ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. And I don't know. This guy's just sick in the head. This guy's sick in the head. You can see these people got a certain look in their eyes where they're just, it's that glazed over look. Maybe it's the turpentine, maybe it's the piss, maybe it's the MMS, I'm not sure. But these people are mentally deranged. There's no other explanation. You can see just in the face. They're gone. They're gone, they're lost. They've got that glazed look in all their eyes. The flat earth cult has taken over their life. And this guy here, you've been exposed. He's got 8,800 subs. Patreon. Quite buffed up with his setup. But this guy realised I was criticising. There was a young guy speaking. Ace McLeod was speaking, and someone else was speaking, and they were just talking rubbish, the usual rubbish. So I was criticising. I was kind of laughing at them. I was criticising. I was saying what a lot of rubbish to my viewers, and this guy kicked everybody out his hangout. This guy kicked everybody out his hangout and sat and watched me for 10, 15 minutes, ad hominem attacking me. It was crazy. And he shut down his whole hangout. So,
is when they said to him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" He said, "Is it you that says that, or did somebody tell you?" And then you have the story of Barack.
and this guy's look what it's called, Flat Earth, NASA Live Earth from Space live feed. Has he got a satellite up there? Is this his work? Is he showing NASA's live feed? Does he own NASA? So he's got the copyright over NASA. So he shut down his hangout, look, and he started watching me. He started calling me. He was like, "Look at your beard, man, look at your beard."
Just floating around. I mean, there's a lot of...
Look at your beard, man. He was, look at your teeth. Have you been chewing on Mars? And just ad hominem attacks for this guy. Until he kicked everybody out when he spotted me. And then he just sat there, crying like a big baby because someone was criticising the information that's coming out his channel. And like I said, if I'm criticising to educate the people on YouTube about liars and disinfo, well, that's what I'm going to do. And if they want to come at me with a copyright, I've got two channels. Come ahead. Come ahead. Try and strike me with copyrights. I'll take you all the way. Yous are lame liars making money. So anyway, last but not least, this logic that Validation Boy thinks he has, Validation Boy, he thinks he can beat Globers with this untangible, the sun and the moon and the stars ain't tangible. I'll let you guys have a listen. You've probably heard it before because Dell uses it as well.
Just here, like whatever that is, maybe it's creating an effect. I don't know.
Well, Issa, don't forget that the sky is intangible, and no one's ever touched any of those objects, so we don't even know what they're comprised of. So we can't really even use any of them to judge anything about the surface that we're actually on.
This guy is a moron, like I said. He always uses this. The sun is intangible. We don't know what it's comprised of. We don't know what it's made out of. I don't have to touch the sun, Validation Boy. I don't have to touch the sun. Do you know why? The sun touches me. The sun touches my face. The sun touches everything around me. It touches the plants. It touches the animals. It touches everything. Because everything needs the sun to survive. So none of us have to touch the sun to know that it comprises of a something that produces energy that keeps life alive. It can't be made of cheese because cheese doesn't emit energy. Cheese doesn't give you sunburn. That's the thing. You don't have to touch the sun, but it can sure damn touch you. When you get sunburn or if you're getting radiation from up in an aeroplane, you can know what it's comprised of. If you block the sun from plants, what happens? The plants die. If you block plants from cheese, do you know what I mean? It's like you don't have to find out what the sun's made of. You can just you can just observe the movements in the sky. But this idiot thinks that you have to know what the sun's made out of. And like I said, you don't have to touch the sun. The sun touches you. The sun's an energy, obviously, if it can burn your skin. And from there, we can sort of deduct that it's obviously some kind of nuclear fusion in the sun creating infinite amounts of energy. And it's not cheese. It's not chalk. But this is a moronic logic behind these dogmatists like Validation Boy and Dell. We can't touch the sun. We can't touch it. So it doesn't come into the debate because they can't touch it. They can't understand what the sun is. Even earliest man knew the sun set and the sun rays. Like the Egyptians called it Ra, Horus, and Set. And the Egyptians even understood that the sun didn't turn into a little ball and spin like a disc over our heads. The Egyptians, without the internet, without Google, without YouTube, could figure this out. And morons like this person, him and him can't figure out. They're so stupid. Anyway, guys, like I said, there's no much evidence come out to support flat Earth, so I can't really argue against anything. I can't say, oh, did you hear about the second sun claim? But we all know the second sun's a lot of rubbish. They've not come out with any new evidences, and when they get presented with other evidence like magnetic fields, like sunspots and CMEs, this is new stuff. If they want to have a look into that, explain that stuff on a flat Earth. Star rotations, lunar eclipses, sunsets, sunrises, everything. They can't explain none of it. All they can do is go around creating little mobs to attack innocent people, which is pathetic. And I'm glad Tim's doing this, recording all the chat and all the videos, because I can't do it all. Because I've done some of it in the past. I used to do it with Andrea Cenci because I've seen some of the despicable crap that used to come out. But these people need to be stopped. And like I said, don't be scared to use their stuff, because As long as your channel's not making money and you can criticise, comment, news report and teaching, scholarship and research, they can't touch you. We're protected. There's a reason why these laws are out too. We need protection from them as well. Anyway guys, hope you are having a great weekend. A lovely Sunday afternoon. I'll be keeping an eye on all this crap, but from a distance. And I'll see you all later. Cheers.